measures taken by the ECB to become a CBDC, which technological option will they select? Is Christine Lagarde already in the process of choosing the winners? To try to make sense of the technological choice, we'll look at both the new information we got today and the data we already have. This is something I'd want to bring up first because one of Ripple USD advisory board members begged Federal Reserve Chair Powell to be forthright, saying, I had no idea who this person was when I first saw it, but now that I do, look at this. We'll talk about something that has more to do with how technology is changing and new tools. The interview took place very recently. Currency splits is fine. In your opinion, what are the chances of them getting improved regulations, and what kind of dangers may that bring to the system in the future? Consequently, for a couple of years, nothing but unsuccessful frauds and other bad stuff made it into the headlines. I think what you see now is the result of our efforts to secure a legislative foundation for secure currencies during that time from Congress. Would have been a great place to begin, but our efforts fell flat. It seems to me that people are beginning to warm up to that area and that things are changing. There isn't one just yet, but lawmakers in both houses are thinking about creating stable coins, which are digital goods. The laws might be a prudent choice depending on their contents. It seems to me that other bank regulators were even more cautious than we were with some of the rules and suggestions we provided to banks. It will be made clear that they should have conventional customer safeguards, but we will also attempt to loosen it up a bit so that everything stays safe. To start, it's encouraging that the head of the U.S. Federal Reserve understands the value of stable coinage and the country's efforts to implement them. I take it you're up to date on the digital euro, huh? People are not put at risk in ways they do not comprehend, or banks are made less secure when the correct kind of innovation is allowed and promoted. Please be patient with me because this footage is from a very long time ago. I get it. However, once it ends, we get to build up the entire movie. Let's go back to Christine Lagarde's time as head of the IMF to get a better grasp on this. Here, Christine Lagarde tells you who to stay away from and who she thinks will change the corporate world. There will be, she exclaims, this is gold. Head on over to the new technologies that will revolutionize intermediation and do away with obstacles like people's unconscious biases, if you haven't already. My guess is that the people who are most affected by the problems in the banking systems of many countries and the people who produce them. But ultimately, it will come down to who gets eaten first. Those who don't want or expect it, and those who cause it. Cannibalization is the word I've selected because it sounds horrible, but it accurately describes what's happening. You should expect a shift in how your company runs, a reduction in expenses, and accelerated deal closing, since you will be building on the foundation that already exists, your bank and the trusting relationships you have established with your clients. You will also continue to build trust. These are the areas where I am seeing improvements happening right now. Circle, Ripples, and related projects are where they work and lend a hand. I could show you 10 or 11 films of Christine Lagarde touting Ripple and how they are transforming the business sector. But keep in mind that Circle doesn't have CBDC. We know they're up to no good since they've completely upended the conventional way of doing business. The European Central Bank, ECB, is waiting for Parliament to approve new money regulations or revise current ones in October before the digital currency, CBDC, can be used like any other currency in that country, or the 27-member European Union, EU, and maybe even in other places that use the euro as a medium of exchange. According to a new movie, the euro system is supposedly working on a wholesale CBDC, which is also called a new technology-based wholesale. That's correct, sales at a discount, in mass. Ripple, digital euros and CBDC, huh? So far as we are aware, Ripple has been collaborating with them. I said this earlier, and I didn't have this fresh video clip of Christine Lagarde. That is why I made this video that I will show today. Up till now, my governing council must make a decision by October 2025 on whether to move further. At that point, I'm crossing my fingers that the European Parliament has approved the legislation bolstering our efforts in technology policy and the single rulebook so that we may launch into a single set of. This is fine. However, it does sound like a standard set of guidelines. I was going to show you how the Euro Association works in its digital form. An actual fact is that Ripple and the ECB have been working together for a while. The goal of the collaboration, as she mentioned, is to make sure that the uniform, there were predetermined benchmarks. I think about 35 people throughout the world are really interested in CBDC. And it's interesting that Ripple has been helping them create those standards. Our services are in high demand by financial institutions, but building a strong, secure base is where it all starts. In the eyes of CBDC, it is the currency of the country, or more accurately, the currency of the sovereign nation, is the largest quantity of money we own, at least by the estimations of our government. In addition to being fundamental to CBDC's robust technology and stability, form the basis of all that Ripple does. We have been conducting international payments for a long time. Therefore, standards are an important part of it. After 10 years, they have helped set the bar for themselves. Just in case you were wondering, I give you a picture of this guy. His name is Anthony Welfare. Excuse me, that's fair. So long as I get his name right. Ripple, I'll show you. Apologies, but Anthony Welfare is this guy, Ripple. Everyone, I am Anthony Welfare. Let's give this a second glance. Other businesses and service providers will be able to follow suit because a specific amount of money will be paid. Surprisingly, this suggests that stability is the primary assumption. Important to us is the second premise, which is a sense of security and reliability. This money is used by our nation, but there should be clear guidelines and transparency. Furthermore, we still have a ways to go before we can establish a level of confidence and safety. CBD has just checked on all of us. I think they were still learning how to handle and interact with them in the middle states. I played you the video where Christine Lagarde highlighted it. The topics of privacy and openness are currently receiving a lot of attention. Anyone interested in access and inclusion, not only voters and individuals in their homes, should be ready for the third level, where the real fun starts and where you can see how CBDCs can assist you. Actually, this layer is the one that allows us to avoid using an API, interoperability solutions, enabling layers, and the fourth place finishers. We don't give this much thought after the fact, but it's something we think about daily. In the future, new systems like stable coins